Hey, welcome to Home Renovision DIY, the YouTube channel that specializes in helping homeowners do renovation projects and get professional results. Today we are talking about tile installation, but specifically installing tile directly to plywood substructure. So stay tuned, we're going to give you all the tips and tricks you need so that you can have a successful tile install. One of the most popular DIY projects that people have in their home is to do their flooring. Now today we're specifically talking about doing tile work, and today we're in a bathroom with a heated floor, but all the information I'm going to give you today is going to be good for tiling direct bond on plywood anywhere in your home. Now remember, there are lots of systems out there for underlays and membranes and everything else, but the majority, I would say 90% of all new home construction is done with tile direct bond to the plywood. And the products that they're being used today have a thin set cement that have an additive in it that acts like an adhesive, so that's made possible. With that being said, it's not a problem to install tile directly on plywood. That problem has been solved. We have the technology and the products that we're going to be using to do that. But what you do need to know when you're going to be installing your tile, especially in a bathroom, is nothing is ever square. We were just taking a look at this a minute ago. I have a 16-inch drywall T-square here, flat up against the wall, and over on the other end of the tub, I am at 16 3/4 of an inch. That means over 4 feet. My room is 3/4 of an inch out of square. That is crazy. So we have plans of putting in a tile floor with a tile baseboard, which means my tile needs to run right up to the drywall. So I can't follow along the line of the tub. So I actually have to anticipate where I'm going to finish and then start scribing all of my stone to cut them back so that I can finish without a huge gap. It's a little frustrating, but we'll get it done. Now, we're not teaching you all of the tile tips and tricks today, but we are going to show you how to get a good direct bond. And the secret, of course, is right here. The one thing that nobody ever does when they tile, and that is wipe down the floor. Now, the adhesive that we're using in our cement works really well with clean wood. What it doesn't work well with is wood that's got drywall dust or dirt or other oils on it. So before you get started, make sure you wipe down the area. Keep the sponge handy, wipe it as you go. Okay, it's okay if the floor is damp while you're tiling. And then all you have to remember about direct bond is to use the right cement. So while you're here, we might as well show you how to install the tile. Okay, now not all tile and not all cement is made equal. There are specific regulations that have been outlined in guidelines around the world for successful installation. And traditionally, everybody thinks that there's only one way to do it, but tile is getting so big that we have to have a couple of secrets we're going to share. Oh, that's a really nice cement. We are working with an electric heating cable system. And we've installed the cable in the same direction as we want the length of our tile to go. And we're doing that for a reason. So we can actually set our trowel over top of the cable and create these really awesome 1/2-inch grooves. Okay? And the reason we want such a very pronounced groove is because we're actually setting above a heating cable without using a floor leveling system. Now, when you do that, you want to do a tile process called back butter. And it's just really simple. Get cement on the back of the tile, and then clean it off. It's kind of like buttering toast. All right? Now, in this situation, because this part of the tile is around the heat register, I'm going to leave a lot of extra cement there. And I'm going to lay my tile in. We want to pull away from the tub about 1/8 of an inch, okay? And like I said, because we're going to use a tile baseboard right up against the wall. Here we go. And we want to collapse the ridges right there like that. Okay, this kind of system can be really, really messy. So one of the benefits that we're going to have advantage of using today is a tile leveling system, and it is basically just clips and wedges. There's a bunch of them out there, but today we're going to use the Perfect Level Master T-Lock system. They sent me a sample, so we're going to show you how well or how not well that works. It's my first time using this product, so we're going to give it a shot and give a bit of a product review while we're at it. So this is it's just a 1/8 inch thick wedge system, right? And it comes designed for the thickness of the stone on the label. Ours is actually 1/2 inch, so we're in our parameters, that's good. And we got the whole kit. So we got the handle assembly for tightening everything up, a pile of wedges, a pile of clips. Oh my Lord. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, that'll do a couple of floors. Holy cow. And this is fantastic. This is a little bin so you can, the wedges you save, right? Every time you take this system apart, the wedges are good for reusing. So it's nice to have a container for that. That is awesome. So when you're installing your heating system, just clean away from the tile. Put your leveling clip underneath. It's that easy. Okay. Now we're going with a 1/2 offset, which means I'm going to have a grout line here. So I have a tile that starts on each side of that grout line. And then I'm going to want one over here as well. That's it. That's set up and ready to go for the next tile. Now you'll see that it is a lot easier to have more cement than not enough. Okay. Working with heating elements, just make sure that you're setting your grooves over top of the wire so it's nice and comfortable. Of course, you got a back butter. And we set that in. Okay. And this is just a lot of the same thing over and over again, right? So we're going 1/2 offset, get your clips on each side of those tiles. Yeah, that's what I want. Nice and thick there. Okay, now we're going to just square this off. Yeah, here we go. Set it, and then we'll use this tool to cause all that compression. Now that's what gets rid of the lippage. That's brilliant. Okay, I know this might not be a big issue, but if you're a contractor watching this video, try to keep your tiles clean. When the clients come home and they see all the cement on the tile, there's a certain fraction of them that will freak out. It's not a good look. And I know that it'll wipe off the next morning just fine, but take the time to work clean and your clients will respect your work a lot more. Now this system is a little bit different than the other video we did with the heating cable. We used a self-leveler in that video. And the reason for that was because of the complexity of the tile installation. That one had large and small and little mosaic pieces to install. So by using the floor leveler, it allowed me to go with a much thinner amount of cement and have a lot more control over my tile installation, so I didn't have cement oozing everywhere. In this situation, because it's such a large format tile, I can install the heating cable and the tile at the same time using this 1/2 inch thick trowel line. That way, I can save time and money and have this all done in one step in a few hours instead of taking 2 days. Try to put your spacers not where the wire is. And you can't put it anywhere where your track is. All right, you don't want to add height to the floor by doing that. As you go, put in all your clips and tighten them down. Make sure you're collapsing your ridges and pushing all of their joints tight. Now we couldn't use a tile clip system here on this particular joint because that's right where my track is. So what I want to do is just make sure that these two tiles are as flush as possible without lippage. And I am really happy with the way that's turning out. And then just to keep my gap consistent, put my spacer in upside down. I'll keep my grout line very consistent. Okay. Okay. There we go. And the next day, when this is all set, it's really easy to clean it. You can just use a sponge. Once you've taken the clips out, it's amazing, eh? That's a factory edge Enigma tile, and it's not square. Get what you pay for, folks. These folks are doing this bathroom on a budget, and as such, they're buying stone that doesn't have the greatest reputation for coming square. The way we're going to finish this room off, because the door's on my left side, is I am going to have this next tile come in, and it finishes at about 23 around here. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my half-size tile, measures in at 11 5/8. So I have 11 5/8, and then from the grout line to the wall I'm going to measure. I'm going to add those two numbers together. That'll get me this tile. Okay? And then I'll keep working from right to left instead of left to right. That way I'm finishing in front of the door instead of working into a back corner over here and not being able to get that nice and level and square and measure properly. So if I work from right to left, I'll actually have a lot more success here. You can see that from the door, if I'm inside the room on my knees, I can work here. But if this is all tiled first, I can't. So that's what we're going to do. We'll just use the grout line as our measuring tool. That'll keep everything square and it'll keep all of our lines lined up. And then, you know, a few more cuts and we'll be done. Well, first of all, thanks to the Perfect Level Tile Master guys. This is a good system. So if you have it available in your area, I would suggest buying it. Simple, durable, and like every other clip system, it does the job. So very good there. Listen, if you like this kind of content and information, then hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you see every video that we make for the rest of eternity. And if you want to see how this project turns out, make sure you watch the end of the video. There's going to be a link to our project video. It's called Reality Renovision. Click the video to see how this project turned out.